I'm Anne-Marie Barton. Join me as I help homeowners reimagine their spaces, discovering an atmosphere of beauty, peace, and tranquility. From simple changes to sweeping transformations, I'll be sharing my process, tips, and of course, my vision. With the help of 3D renderings, we'll reveal exactly what's possible, creating an environment of beauty where form and function matter. This is the Vision Maker.
I'm Lexi, welcome to my home. What drew me to this home was the second I walked in, it just felt open, it was bright, it has the high ceilings, it was everything I've wanted and nothing I had seen. I live a lot in the area right behind me. I work from home a decent amount and I'm a homebody because when I'm not working from home, I'm traveling a lot and I have a dog and a cozy couch, and so most everything I do on the day-to-day is able to be done in this room. The decision process is real and it's very present right now. It's like, okay, well, what wall do I paint? What stones do I bring in? Is it lime wash? Is it Venetian plaster? Is it just a color? Those true pieces that I think would bring the life out of this house is where my paralysis hit. And then also things for those that have an eye for like space. How do I best use a room? How do I make it achieve the goal of being something I can work from home for and have a dinner party and close my blinds on Sunday and watch a movie? That's more difficult for me to be able to achieve, and where I felt like I did what I could, and I need the expert.
Hello.
Hi, Anne-Marie. Welcome
I'm so
to my
glad
house.
this worked. I love that I get to see this house. Oh my gosh.
I have been very excited for you
Oh
to
my
get
gosh.
here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And oh my gosh, it just feels so good in here. So technically this is a condo.
Yes.
Okay, and you've been here about a year?
Just over a year.
Ooh.
Yep.
And who's this?
Hi, I'm Angela,
Nice to
Lexi's
meet
little
you.
sis.
Nice to
She's
meet
more
you.
of the creative brain.
Okay, so
So we're gonna spitball ideas all together.
okay, that sounds great. Later I'll sketch a little something for us.
Great.
But let's just look around. So we have a fireplace and it's sort of being covered up.
It's so hidden.
I love the idea of you taking stone, natural stone, all the way up and creating kind of a monument over here. Yeah. And then as we look up there, that's our opportunity to also guide the eye. Mm-hmm. So something darker, richer, something interesting, one of those three in the back. Mm-hmm. So now we've handled, you look through, you've got a few focal points. Mm-hmm. But this is relaxing. This is where you want to hang. Yeah. So the TV, it's up pretty high. I would lower your TV. Most people hang their TVs a little high. It's really just like art. You hang them at the height of something that's kind of near it. So because you have this low table, this would come down about 6 inches, if you could. Otherwise, it's flying in the wind, which it is. And the other thing is you're seeing it as you walk in off the side, the television. So in a perfect world, you would have a socket that moved into the wall about 4 inches, so it would accept that TV and not show its side. But the main thing the room's missing is a light fixture.
Yes, but what kind?
Well,
So that we've talked about this so much, like, is it even? At what
I think
length?
it's in this area.
Okay.
I think this is our center. Yeah. And I'd want it to come down to about as low or lower than that piece there.
Okay.
The trick with lighting, just like art and the TVs, is we just do them too high. Mm-hmm. So let it come down. 6 feet 4 inches is too low, but 6'8" could work. But you could always count on 7 feet off the floor.
Okay.
I cheat a little low, all right? But I think this should glow. When I render this for you guys, and I can show this point of view, this point of view, I can make most of the changes that we've talked about.
Yeah.
So you can envision it a little bit better. And then again, I'm gonna be against the glass here.
Okay.
We've been talking a lot about multiple coffee tables. I could see one of them being a kind of a walnut wood tone, not perfect, organic. I love organic. And then a couple of ottomans that sauce around in the place. So that if I'm sitting over here, I can move it toward me. I'm very casual, we're informal here. Oh, you want it? Go over here. It just sort of welcomes. The one thing we haven't talked about is the stairs.
So these stairs were initially built to be floating stairs.
And we can't see any floating about it.
There's no floating.
Let's walk over there.
It's
Let's
very
check it
boxed
out.
in, and it's a single tone and texture. So as we look at this, they just close these with some wood and just put some drywall around it. I assume the intention was to make some storage down here. I don't need that storage.
Right. So we're looking at another pony wall, you know, and then it's got this weird jut. Then you've got the gray carpet. So you're saying that there was a time when maybe these walls weren't here and we could see the tread of the wood.
We peeled back the carpet and you can see it.
The
It's
original
beautiful wood,
wood.
really
Beautiful
cool.
brown.
Like
Oh, it's gonna be
brass-
gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's a bigger job, but I think that's
is, but
maybe
it's-
why you bought the place. This is something that could work. So we'd walk in the front door, we could see these stairs, there'd be air in between them.
Yes.
You don't care about the storage.
I don't need it.
And the last thing I want to talk about is in a perfect world, I would replace this wood floor.
And
I'm so glad
where
you
do
were.
I begin? Because do you just keep it as like the wide slat wood? Do we go stone?
Not stone.
Okay.
You know, I just want it to stay warm, but wider planks and get it a little wire brushed.
Okay.
You said you have a dog. Okay. So we always like wood floors that are not too formal.
Yes.
So that our dog can walk on them and we're not worried about it. So I always get wire brushed.
Okay.
And I like wider planks and I like it to look light, very, very light and dry.
Okay.
So I like pre-engineered wood floors. So I will be showing you some that I would choose.
Love it. Thank
But
you.
the reason it's pre-engineered and pre-finished is they can get the perfect colors. So and they're
fine. Okay.
affordable.
That's great.
what's kind of
Durable,
neat.
affordable.
So wood floors,
We'll take it.
fluffy rug, cool coffee table. We'll leave this marshmallow. Yeah.
Marshmallow.
But-
That's a perfect name.
But you know, it may be a good looking throw
Yeah.
that would sort of separate it somehow. Oh, I've got a perfect one. I'll throw it in on the rendering.
Love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that might be in the light tones to contrast it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
and maybe just a few less pillows.
Yeah.
Just a few. Well, I think I've got it. I'm going to draw a little bit for you guys and see if you like the ideas.
Having Anne-Marie come over was everything I hoped it would be, but so much more. Ideas that were attainable, quick wins, moving things around, and then the long-term dream things of bringing the staircase out, and then ideas I would never ever think of, I've never seen before, but just knowing her and her now knowing me, they're perfect. And I'm so excited to see them come to life.
Walking in this place, I knew that whoever lived here wanted to live graciously. It was already warm and cozy and soft. Now we just have to add that organic part to it with the coffee table, more plants, candles, music. I want to feel even better in this space that is already organic and beautiful. We're going to bring back the stairs, enhance our fireplace, bring in more pots with plants, chairs that might be vintage. Anyway, I'm up to it. I'm going to draw these things up and we'll show them, and I think it'll make all the difference in this beautiful spot. Lexi is young. I consider her very hip. I think of her as a little glamorous, and I felt like we were just a terrific match. A clear notion was that with the scale of the ceiling, I needed to bring it down a little bit and warm it. And my usual go-to is, of course, wood. So you can see on the back wall, I've put in the white oak. Now this is a plain sawn white oak, which means it's got a little more attitude. It's not pencil straight like rift. So I love a plain sawn white oak when I'm doing a lot of it. And in her home, I decided to go vertical and then diagonal. Reason being, we had a huge wall and I needed more interest. Second very big move was the fireplace in general, which was a total miss because the opportunity was there. You actually have a flue going from floor to ceiling. The only thing is there was nothing about it I wanted to look at. And this really could be really the stake in the ground for this new, a little bit more earthy, glamorous design.
So I decided I will raise that firebox, and guess what? You can do that. You can't lengthen them very well in a remodel, but you can always shorten them. So we raised it to a level where they could actually sit and enjoy the fire, a really important thing to do. I decided I would treat the whole entire length with marble, but it's too expensive. So what we can do is find a marble tile that's in a large format and simply butt joint the whole way up so it's tight and seamless, and you'll feel like the entire thing is slab material, which is a good way to go. Now, moving into the furnishings in there. I found that I wanted that sofa to be grounding, and I wanted to see it right when I walked in. Again, as always, I'm looking for what is my main focal point. So I decided that I'd go with this very textural kind of teddy bear fabric, and above that sofa, I see lighting. I wanted some lighting that would illuminate. So right on that wall, you'll see my round lights, and then taking pendants from the ceiling all the way down. And the trick on those pendants is partnering together. That's what really gives you good energy, all the way down, and then hanging them lower than you would have ever thought. Basically, here's the tip. Hang them as low as you would your table lamp. Use that and you'll hang them at the right height. The rest is obvious. We had to have a swivel, and I chose the coolest fabric for the swivel. This is very modern. It's got that kind of new, little mid-century modern glam to it. Love this, love the texture. And then we look up to the dining room. What are we gonna do there? So I'm looking at a stone oval table in that space. And then the chairs are what are really talking, because as always, you really spend more time looking at the back of your dining chairs. So I went with a dark, very walnut finish. And then I did the backs, which are rolled and very cool in the suede. So now we go to the staircase. The big move, the very big move, is to realize those stairs again, leaving them spacious between about a 4-inch space of air going up, adding glass so it's very see-through, but a wood handrail, carrying that all the way up to the upper level. When you walk in the home and those stairs are what you first see, and the grace of that curve, actually, that's really why I didn't do the marshmallow anymore, because the stairs had the moves, and so the sofa had to also. And the last ingredient I knew was absolutely necessary was that feeling of greenery and bringing the outdoors in. She lives in California. I think she's from Utah, so I was a little jealous, and I wanted to celebrate with a little bit of greenery coming in, and the fact that she is in a beach town. So I'm hoping that the design feels light on its feet, but grounded by some of the cool things we've added.